Hello everybody, are you ready for a challenge? It's time for the Deal It Up challenge for this week, and my name is Belinda and this is Visualized NZ. So once again I have taken out the 3 cards from last week's prompt just so we're not repeating things 2 weeks in a row. Call it cheating or what, I don't know, it's just to keep it fresh. So I'm going to take these 3 sets of cards. So this is number 4 challenge, the 4th challenge I think. So if you haven't seen these challenges before, then hop along to the playlist. It's called Deal It Up, and it's a challenge that you can participate whether you are a journaler or a journal maker, or even if you do something else that's creative, you can incorporate it, do it however you wish. If you're a collage artist, then I'm sure you'd be able to work something out as well. So I just randomly draw 1 card from each of the 3, and that's our prompt for the week. I'd love this to be interactive. I'd love for you to choose the cards for me. Someday I'll work out a way that can happen. I'm going to go middle-ish for this one. Paint. Ooh, we get to play with some paint for this one. Okay, so paint, and give these a wee shuffle. Our next set. Oops. Put it back in and keep shuffling since I had a wee oops there. Right. So let's take the last one in the pile. Favourite colour. Now we have had favourite colour before, but not last week. So we will keep that one in. So those kind of work together, don't they? You can imagine you use your favourite coloured paint if you've got it. If you don't, well then use paint and your favourite colour in something else. Maybe it's paper or an image or something. Lots of ways you can interpret these. It's totally up to you how you put them together and how you choose to bring it together. And this doesn't mean that they need to be the focal point or anything. It's just that they need to be included in whatever you do. Right, so let's go card number 3 in the pile. A tuck spot. Okay, that's an interesting combination, isn't it? Tuck spots generally aren't large, although I guess there's no reason why you can't do a large one. So put those piles aside and I'll put the other cards back in afterwards. So these are our 3 prompts to combine together. So we're creating a tuck spot. We're going to use paint, any sort of paint, could be watercolor, could be acrylic, whatever you have, whatever you choose, could be poster paint, could be a Posca pen, which is acrylic paint and a pen. So whatever you've got and your favorite color. Okay, so I'm going to pop you on pause while I grab the materials I need, and then I'm going to make one. So be right back. Okay, I've gathered together some fairly simple things for this. I've got this book page here that I've been using as a drop sheet, and it's already got some paint on it. So I'm going to use that as my base. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double it up because I want my tuck spot to be weighty enough that it's not going to tear. So first things first, I'm just going to glue it together, and then I'm going to create my shape. Or shall I paint first? That's a good point. Maybe I'll paint first. Now I've got myself thinking. I hadn't actually got as far as thinking what order I was going to do things in, apart from strengthening this up. I'm thinking that if I go ahead and paint now, then when I do the shape of my tuck spot, it's going to be more organic, more random, rather than creating my shape and painting it here. So I'm going to paint it first, I think. And my favourite colour is deep red. I don't have the particular red for that, but I'm just going to go with what I've got and maybe see if I can perhaps mix up something that's a bit closer to my favourite colour. And I'm just going to work with what already is on here as well. It's all just going to be good layers. So I've got my my bigger set of PBO watercolors here. And I'm just going to grab this one, this color, which is more of a pinky red actually, so definitely not the right one. I'm going to try the one next door to it. And that's even pinkier. Okay. Dry, they look red. So this one is definitely red. So let's try and mix up some paint. I'm not sure what paints to mix up to get the colour I want, so I'm just going to experiment. So nothing like a good experiment, is there? So maybe we'll try a little bit of purple, because that seems in my head to make sense. Yes, it's not exactly my favourite colour, but it's pretty darn close. So I'm just going to play with some of the other colours and mix it up on the page with some of this one that I mixed up, which I'm already running out of. I didn't mix up very much of it, but that's all right. It doesn't need to be predominant, it just needs to be there somewhere. So I'm just randomly putting paint down. I'm not being careful, I'm not being particular. I do want to get that bottom edge though. Make sure I get some paint along there and the side, because I don't know where my pocket's going to be and I don't want some blank patches. Oops, more water needed. And I might just put a little bit of blue just to tie in with that blue acrylic paint that's already on the page. So there we go. I've discovered that a little bit of purple with the red makes a pretty good approximation of the deep red. Oh, whoops, I dipped in the purple by accident. Oh well, let's go with it. Let's add some more. Maybe it's because I mentioned purple and then I just found it with my brush when I was actually going for the blue. Easy mistake to do. Well, it's not really a mistake, it was just a happy accident, shall we say. Right, this is going to be way bigger than what I need. That's okay. And this is just like regular, I'm guessing, copy paper, weight paper, so it's not particularly happy with the water. It'll go a bit crinkly. That's fine. Oh, that's pretty. Just making sure I get good colour spread. I think I need a bit more water. So I thought I'd go ahead and do the whole thing and then I can choose the part that I create my tuck spot from. I think I need just a bit of colour variation over this side. And maybe a little bit of purple, a bit more purple. Got something white down here that must be white paint. It's not wanting to colour up with anything. Right, there we go. Hopefully that won't take too long to dry before I can tear it or cut it into my little tuck spot. Just give my brush a little clean off and a bit of a squeeze to get the excess water out so it can dry. Right, and unscrew it. It's a little travel brush, so it undoes in the middle so it can store in the container. Quite handy really. Not my favourite brush in the world to use, I have to say, but very handy for travelling. want to take it and do it somewhere else other than your home. I'm just going to blot a couple of areas there. Right, now it's way too wet to even think about trying to tear or do anything like that at the moment. So I might just pop you on pause and give it a few moments to dry, and then I'll be back and do the rest of it. Just a moment. Okay, it's not dry yet, but I did have a thought and thought, well, I'll turn the camera back on and do this, even though it's not dry. It's still quite thin, and I know it will feel thicker once it's dry. It'll stiffen up and be sturdier, but I just want to go ahead and give it another layer of paper just to make sure there's no issues in the future with it tearing, giving way, that sort of thing. So another layer is not going to hurt it, it's only going to help it. It will add some bulk, but I'm not concerned about that. If you are concerned about that, then perhaps use a heavier weight paper to begin with, or whatever you use, however you make it. So this paper I'm going to stick it to is not big enough, but it will do for the meantime. I'll get enough on there to work with. Just going to smooth it out, and that's going to make sure that it's nice and sturdy for using. So this side has got the brand name of the brand name of the software that this book relates to. So I'm not too interested in having that anyway, so I'm just going to trim that bit off. It's an accounting software paper that I've painted up, so not very exciting unless you're into that sort of thing. I did do accounting when I was at high school. I did 1 year of it and I hated it. I didn't hate it because of the subject, I hated it because of the people that were in the class with me, and they weren't very nice. And it, you know, when you have people who aren't very nice to you, it kind of puts you off the whole deal. So I hated accounting because of the people that were there with me. And I probably could have been quite a good accountant, but I'm glad I'm not. I couldn't actually think of anything more boring now. I didn't cut that straight at all. It's crooked as a dog's hind leg. Right, so it's getting drier. I can feel it's, you know, it's not too bad now. It still feels cool because it's not completely dry, but I think it looks really pretty. So I'm thinking I can get at least 2 tucks out of this. So first off, I'm thinking of just doing a little corner tuck, just an ordinary little corner tuck. So I'm just kind of gauging where it might, what might be the right size, and I'm hoping this doesn't, oh yeah, still wet, I'm tearing it. Yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't do that, but I did. See, this is what happens if you don't wait long enough. You end up making a mess. So let's see if I can remedy this situation and don't do what I did. There's a lesson for you. Right, I should hopefully just be able to ease that back, and yeah, not too bad. It still works, and I can always go in with a little bit of colour and just colour the underneath layer where the top layer is pulled back. So there's a little tuck spot that we can just pop in the corner, and then we can put something little in it. The other idea other thing I wanted to make with this, another tuck spot, I'm just going to trim this off where I've damaged it, so I'm not having to worry about working around it. Just going to trim that bit off. And now I'm like, is it dry enough to do the next thing I want to try? So I'll give it another minute, grab out my journal and flick to a page somewhere in the back here. This journal will be finished soon, almost at the end of the month. It's incredible. So little tuck spot. Oh, doesn't that look nice? I think the colours work really nice. This is a pale purple. I don't know if you can see the true colour on camera, but this is a pale purple page, and the colours in this little tuck spot actually work super nice. Super nice. I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. I don't know what day this will be. I don't know whether I'll need a tuck spot on this day, but I'm going to put one. Why not? Then if it's there, I will be encouraged to use it. Whereas if it's not there, often I'll just do a tip-in or something, which is equally fine. I like doing tip-ins as well. But it's nice to vary the way you include things in a journal. Well, I think anyway. Just makes it more fun, more interactive. Right, so whatever day this will be, it's now got a cute little tuck spot. Very simple. I could put a sticker or something, decoration on it, and I'll worry about that when it comes to adding in the entry for this day. Then I can put something on it that's perhaps relevant or that I've found during the day. Okay, so that's one tuck spot. So this one, I am going to, hopefully, if it works, I'm a bit nervous, so I'm going to tear a creative shape, sort of rectangular but with a cool edge on it, like so. And then this is going to be an up tuck. So grab back my journal again, and I won't stick this one down though, but this will be a little corner up tuck. So a journaling card or something I can slide in underneath, or an image, a photo, whatever I like, can just tuck in under there and decorate my journal as well. And I think that looks really cute as well. And there's a little bit of creamy yellow in this one, so again it picks up the yellow here quite nicely. But I'm going to leave this one off. I'm not going to glue it in. So there we go. There's my very quick take on a tuck spot. And I got two, and I've still got this that I can make something else with. I could make a little tag, I could make another tuck spot. Yeah, definitely, or a little cluster or something. Definitely worth keeping. I can make something from it, and I think they turned out super pretty. So I might just tuck this one here for now so I don't lose it, so it can keep my second tuck spot inside my journal till I find a home for it. So there we go. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying these challenges. Please, if you do, then I'd love to see what you make on Facebook in my group Visual Vibes. So for every challenge there's a post headed with the week number that it is. So this will be week 4, and you can post what you've made there. If you're not on Facebook or prefer not to post on Facebook, then you can hop in on Instagram and tag there the Deal It Up challenge, and I will find it there because I'd love to see what you do. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.